this is Dave C from DC Vlog, the channel that gives you info that could be of great interest to some, but not to others. Tied in with my blog dcsax.co.uk. If you wish to take a look, it's been going for quite a while, but like this, time for the big relaunch. So I do hope you can stay with us. And coming up, the Fimi Palm that was, then wasn't. Work that one out. Also, I pay another visit to the Zion Smooth Q. Now, this is what I've been umming and ahhing about for quite a while. Not this exactly, that's just the case. I've nothing to put in it. Whether to buy or not to buy. Well, I finally did. My Fimi Palm came the other week. In fact, a good 3 weeks before it was due. Now, I did say it arrived, but actually it went nearly as quickly as it came. Now, to be honest, when I first got it, I had to play with it, I genuinely thought I'd done it wrong. I'd looked forward so much to getting it, heard so much about it, but it just didn't seem to be able to do anything with it. The touchscreen was unresponsive. In fact, I was really disappointed. The gimbal worked okay, but something about it didn't seem right to me. So what I did, I reset it. Came back the following day, the next day, it was a completely different machine, and by then I absolutely loved it to bits. I then checked the firmware and updated the camera and the gimbal successfully by the SD card. I then tried updating the flash firmware the same way, which I could not get to work at all. I deleted the bit of footage what I'd done because the weather was so bad with the wind and rain you couldn't do anything with it, and the sound was a bit muffled to me, not very good. That was what the reviews have said anyway. Oh, and don't forget, if you do link your smartphone with it via Wi-Fi, like I did, so as you can see what you're filming better. Don't know if anybody else has found this, but if you watch it back straight away on your phone, you'll think it's out of sync. But don't panic, it's perfectly okay when you upload it. Also, with this setup of Fimi Palm, phone holder, mini tripod, etc., the gimbal cover will not slide over, not fit over, because the lug on the phone holder protrudes, stopping the cover sliding on. But if you're using it for vlogging like I was you're doing, or trying to do, I haven't got one now, just open the mini tripod which screws into the bottom of the phone holder and just stand it safely and you're alright. Also, I found that if the Fimi's internal mic is used, the clicks are silent by using the Fimi app instead of using the shutter button. The Fimi app, either that way or that way. I also tried the slow-mo, which is not as bad, and it's not as bad as what I expected after seeing the reviews of it. Just take a look at this. Anyhow, I only had it working for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and no way I had used a full battery's charge when it just went dead as a dodo. So I put it on charge, again, LED flashing over 5 hours, tried to pressing the start button, it flashed red a few times, then green, then nothing, dead. When it first arrived I put it on charge and the LED went out correctly when it was fully charged, so it worked alright. I contacted the seller when I realised it was dead all the time. Contacted the seller who contacted Fimi and told me to recharge it a bit again, which I did all overnight. Still nothing, so they put it down to a defective battery. I've now received a full refund plus return postage, so the seller was excellent in their response. I've no complaints about them whatsoever. Excellent. So now I've just got a case and a phone holder and nowhere to go. If anybody has had a similar problem, please, I'd love you to let us know in the comments below, because I'd actually love to get it again. I really would. Because once I was getting used to it, I thought it was great. It's compact, handy, and whatever. But I'm just a little bit wary, just in case it was something to do with the flash firmware or the way that I did the flash firmware that's knackered the battery's behaviour up or whatever. I'm now doing a bit with my Zion Smooth Q. It's a bit bulkier, but it works. It's obviously when you're vlogging, you can't use the better rear camera, which is where the Fimi comes into its own. With 3 presses, the camera swings round into vlogging mode. You've got the same good wide angle lens for all shots. Anyhow, here's a short clip what I did with my Zion Smooth Q. Right, morning on this beautiful September, no it's October morning. I've got the Zion Smooth Q on the old S5, my favourite app, the split screen. You can see where you're going, see where you've been. In other words, you don't know whether you're coming or going. And it's got the Comica mic. Turn around, and back we go, nice and smooth. And yes, I've got a limp. There you go. There we are, my setup, the Zion Smooth Q, the Comica mic with the dead cat on. That's the bracket I bought from Amazon to keep them. If you can get a bracket, just put your mic on there. But if you put it on there, it picks all the motors up. So you can put it far away, and you can put a light on there as well if you want, if you needed one. There you are, a good setup. There you go, magic. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed my little escapade with the Fimi Palm for the few hours that I did actually have it, and the Zion Smooth Q. If you have, please either leave a comment, like or subscribe, and I do hope I'll see you again.